Hello and welcome to this family activity with Orleans House Gallery. My name is Sophie and today we're going to be using Orleans House Gallery as inspiration for our photography. Before you head out today, I'm going to talk through some of the basics of architectural photography, but first, here's a little info about the Orleans House Gallery site. Orleans House was built in 1710 and was a plain Palladian style house. The Baroque style octagon room was added 10 years later to entertain guests and impress the royals. The design was very extravagant in contrast to the house. In 1926 the house fell into disrepair, including the library, and was knocked down for gravel. Luckily the rest of the site was saved from this fate, and in 1972 Orleans House Gallery opened. There have been some more architectural changes over time. In 2018, the site reopened after some restoration work, including restoring the octagon room and moving the main entrance and adding more space inside. In the noughties, the stable block was restored and turned into a gallery space, office, cafe and learning space. The site as it is today will form the basis of our inspiration. Architectural photography generally means photography that focuses on buildings. With practice and creativity, anyone can master the basics of architecture photography. It just takes time, planning and composition, and don't forget to think outside the box. You may have a nice camera at home and you are of course welcome to use this, but my suggestions today have a smartphone camera in mind. First of all, this activity is about looking, so it's really important that we look closely to notice things that we might not have seen before. To start with, simply walk around the outside of the building and explore the inside if you can. Consider how the building was built and how it's being used. All this information can give direction to your photos and help you decide the style of images you want to achieve. For instance, for the older areas of the building, you might want to experiment with black and white photography. For the new areas of the building, you could focus on graphic lines and shapes. Some key areas to note in the design are the round windows in the octagon room, and then the larger windows with the rounded top. For the best lighting effects, take the photographs when there is enough natural light to capture the sky, clouds and other atmospheric elements. You may also consider shooting at sunrise or sunset to capture golden hues, window reflections and long shadows. By paying attention to the lines and angles of the building, you can improve the composition of your images. Composition is how the elements of the image are arranged within the frame that help the photograph become more or less interesting to the viewer. For example, if you take a photograph of the outside of the building, look at the windows and doors and the detail on the roof to see what you would like the viewer to focus on. Also think about the guiding lines the building creates before you take your images. The lines where the floor meets the walls and where the walls meet the roof, and other elements like the steps or the symmetry of the windows. Sometimes it's really surprising what you can see simply by looking around and training your eye to notice the shapes in the building, and when you look for these shapes in the viewfinder of your camera. Capturing an entire structure is not the only way to photograph architecture. Taking photos of details such as patterns and textures of the building and architectural features is common practice. Thank you for watching. There's a downloadable attachment that recaps all I've covered that you can use when you're out and about. Also, please do share your images with us on social media if you can.